reveal true face. Meghan admitted to bullying staff and disgusting evidence was revealed. Greetings and a hearty welcome to Royal 365 Channel. The investigation into Meghan's alleged bullying appeared to be locked away in palace archives indefinitely. However, recent developments suggest that the truth may surface sooner rather than later. Let's delve into this topic in today's discussion. Former palace staff, such as Samantha Cohen, shed light on Meghan's treatment of employees. Cohen's significance lies in her extensive tenure with Meghan since the actress joined the royal family. Her daunting task included persuading Meghan, a self-centered individual, to adhere to the undisclosed protocols of royalty. Amid mounting pressure, Cohen contemplated resignation. Additionally, she disclosed being questioned directly about Meghan's alleged bullying. Samantha Cohen is just one of many staffers who endured psychological and physical distress while working with Meghan. Leaked information implicates Meghan in targeting female employees, some of whom dreaded going to work. Instances of mistreatment occurred when staff failed to meet Meghan's exacting standards, such as in red carpet preparations. The departure of numerous employees citing bullying allegations underscores a systemic issue, indicating Meghan's propensity for bullying. Examples of her behavior include mistreating 3-year-old Charlotte, disrespecting the late Queen with a mocking curtsy, and appropriating her nickname. These recurring incidents suggest an undeniable pattern. Prince William intervened, informing Harry of Meghan's unacceptable conduct, leading to Harry's realization of her disinterest in royal duties. Despite denial from Harry and Meghan, their reluctance to acknowledge wrongdoing exacerbates the situation. They seem incapable of taking responsibility for their actions. A representative for the Sussex couple affirmed Meghan's stance against bullying, citing her own experiences as a victim and her commitment to protecting others. However, this assertion rings hollow. Consider Meghan's strained relations with her own family. How can she genuinely care for others? Her treatment of her father is particularly telling, revealing her true character. Once exposed, Meghan's facade of kindness crumbles irreparably, revealing her true, bitter nature. Meghan's alienation of her own family extended to influencing Harry to distance himself from his own. The Sussexes declined an invitation to meet the late Queen, depriving Harry of a final opportunity to see his beloved grandmother. It appears Meghan's actions were motivated by revenge, evident in her summoning Harry to a meeting where she reprimanded him regarding staff treatment. Despite public denials, Meghan persists in mistreating others, blaming royal staff for their troubles upon departure. I foresee profound damage to these employees. They devoted themselves to supporting the Sussex couple only to endure mental exploitation and unwarranted criticism. If only they weren't bound by confidentiality agreements, they could publicly expose Meghan's true nature. While many hoped the palace would disclose the bullying report, the late Queen's decision to withhold it was likely to shield the victims rather than protect Meghan, speculating about leverage points or suggesting that Meghan's lack of connection with her children indicates she was never pregnant crosses into a realm of unsupported claims and personal attacks. While it's natural to have opinions and concerns about public figures, it's essential to base discussions on credible information and to avoid spreading unfounded rumors or engaging in character assassination. Regarding the undisclosed report, it's important to remember that speculation about its contents or potential use as leverage serves no constructive purpose without concrete evidence. Making unfounded assumptions about Meghan's denial of bullying allegations or her relationship with her children only contributes to sensationalism and divisiveness. Healthy discourse involves discussing facts, acknowledging different perspectives, and fostering understanding rather than perpetuating baseless accusations or conjecture. Let's strive to maintain respectful dialogue and focus on issues supported by credible evidence. Numerous discrepancies cast doubt on Meghan's pregnancy claims, from her peculiar belly shape to her wearing high heels and engaging in physical activities. The identity of the supposed children's biological parents remains a mystery, yet the pressing issue is their ongoing mistreatment at Meghan's hands. These children endure psychological trauma, deprived of familial connections and basic socialization. Their plight echoes a familiar narrative. They urgently require intervention, and the truth must emerge to safeguard their well-being. Meghan's pattern of bullying has persisted over time, albeit with varying targets. What remains constant is her husband Harry's unwavering defense of her actions. Whether he was unaware or chose to turn a blind eye, Harry consistently shielded Meghan from accountability. Reports suggest that staff were instructed to bring concerns to Harry, who either dismissed them, buried them, or exacerbated the situation by reporting back to Meghan. It wasn't until Prince William intervened and comforted a distressed employee that the extent of the abuse came to light, prompting an investigation. This revelation fueled Prince Charles's anger toward Harry, who was complicit in the mistreatment alongside Meghan. Meghan's dismissive attitude, exemplified by her retort that it wasn't her job to coddle people, showcases her indifference to the well-being of others. It seems she equates fulfilling her duties with coddling, preferring to enjoy the privileges of luxury and Harry's title without considering the impact of her actions. However, she fails to grasp that bullying is never justified. How much longer will Meghan be permitted to bully and cause destruction unchecked? Her targets have ranged from the late Queen and Prince Philip to Princess Charlotte at the wedding, Princess Catherine online, royal staff, and countless others. Despite attempts to alter public perception, Meghan's true nature has been revealed and there's no turning back. The opportunity she squandered by harboring delusions of grandeur is regrettable. Kindness seems foreign to her. I yearn for the release of all pertinent information. Meghan's underlying nastiness persists despite her Hollywood background. The infamous Fiji market incident served as an ominous foreshadowing. She abruptly ended the visit upon seeing unwomen representatives prioritizing personal matters over professional duties. Incidents like spilling tea on employees during an Australian trip further tarnish her image. Can anyone still believe Meghan is innocent of bullying allegations? I highly doubt it. Meghan's behavior, characterized by manipulation and portraying herself as a victim, is concerning on multiple levels. Particularly disheartening is her apparent disregard for racial issues, demonstrated by her previous lack of acknowledgement of her heritage contrasted with her later use of accusations of racism as a shield against allegations of bullying. This tactic itself can be seen as a form of bullying, as it exploits sensitive societal issues for personal gain. Moreover, Meghan's divisive remarks have only served to exacerbate racial tensions rather than fostering understanding or dialogue. By prioritizing her own security over the well-being of others, she has further deepened divides within communities. This pattern of behavior not only undermines genuine efforts to address racial inequality, but also raises questions about Meghan's true intentions and commitment to effecting positive change. Meghan seldom speaks positively about anything unless it serves her victim narrative. She selectively exploits events to paint herself as the perfect victim, regardless of the truth. The extent of their deception is evident in Harry's contradictory accounts, such as in his book Spare. His description of staff in tears at their desk speaks volumes about their mistreatment. The irony of Meghan positioning herself as a victim after inflicting harm on others is glaring. She appropriates others' experiences of bullying to bolster her own narrative, disregarding the genuine pain of those she victimizes. As someone who has experienced bullying firsthand, I empathize with the employees subjected to Meghan's cruelty. Having encountered similar individuals in school and the workplace, I understand the physical and emotional toll bullying takes, especially when faced with it daily. Harry's willful ignorance of his wife's mistreatment extends beyond palace staff to include vulnerable groups like children, the elderly, and even animals. Despite a thorough investigation conducted by the palace, involving interviews with 10 different sources and documentation securely stored, Meghan refuses to acknowledge her wrongdoing. It's especially egregious considering the low wages palace employees endure, motivated by their dedication to the royal family. Meghan's appalling treatment of these individuals is unjustifiable. Initially, the arrangement at Kensington Palace saw William and Harry sharing staff, a setup that persisted even after Princess Catherine's arrival. However, as another spouse entered the royal fold, the dynamics shifted, leading to the division of staff between the two households, each under the separate management of William and Harry. This restructuring, interestingly, corresponded with notable reports of heightened staff turnover within the palace walls. The implications of this change are multifaceted and invite scrutiny into the potential factors contributing to the reported increase in turnover rates, including but not limited to shifts in management styles, changes in workplace culture, and the broader dynamics within the royal family. All staff issues were to be reported to either William or Harry, who were responsible for addressing them. However, Harry failed to support his staff, dismissing their concerns, deflecting blame, or ignoring the issues altogether. When William finally intervened and then spoke to a departing staff member, the extent of the mistreatment became apparent. The staffer, visibly distressed, revealed Harry's negligence in addressing problems stemming from his wife's behavior. With no recourse or relief in sight, resigning seemed the only option. William escalated the matter to senior staff administration, leading to the investigation. Meghan and Harry will likely deny it, but the late Queen's decision to keep the bullying allegations quiet empowered Meghan to act with impunity. However, the recent emergence of victims speaking out suggests a shift. It's conceivable that the royal family quietly authorized them to share their experiences, allowing victims to unburden themselves and absolve the family of any perceived bias against Meghan. Despite efforts to foster her happiness and public affection, Meghan seems to court controversy and thrive on negativity. Bullying is unequivocally unacceptable, regardless of the perpetrator's status or position within society. While respecting individuals' privacy is important, concealing instances of bullying and silencing victims only serves to tarnish the image of the monarchy and perpetuate harmful behaviors. It's essential to hold all individuals accountable for their actions, regardless of gender or status. In the case of Harry and Meghan, both bear responsibility for their behavior. However, there appears to be a troubling trend of Harry evading scrutiny, particularly from women. This imbalance in accountability only serves to perpetuate inequality and undermines efforts to address and prevent bullying. The decision to keep the bullying report private denies the affected staff members the opportunity to have their experiences acknowledged and addressed. By keeping the report confidential, these individuals are stripped of agency and their voices are silenced. This approach is reminiscent of treating them as toddlers rather than autonomous adults capable of speaking up for themselves and seeking justice for any mistreatment they may have endured. It's imperative that steps are taken to ensure transparency and accountability within the monarchy to prevent further harm and promote a culture of respect and equality. As prominent figures, the Sussex couple were expected to exemplify leadership and uphold the values of respect and fairness. However, reports suggest a different reality, with Meghan allegedly mistreating palace staff, including instances where she reportedly showed favoritism towards Princess Catherine and made judgments based on appearance. Such behavior is not only disappointing but also reflects a shallow and rude approach to interpersonal relationships. It's important to recognize that palace staff play crucial roles in supporting the royal family and ensuring the smooth functioning of operations. Mistreating them not only undermines their contributions, but also creates a toxic work environment. Any leader, regardless of status, who resorts to abuse, belittlement, or bullying should reassess their suitability for their role. The announcement of Megxit, the decision by Harry and Meghan to step back from their senior royal duties, likely brought relief to palace staff who may have felt relieved to be freed from the potential mistreatment they reportedly endured. This decision may have signaled a positive change in the working environment within the royal household. Individuals who are innocent would typically advocate for transparency and insist on the public release of any investigative report, as I would if falsely accused. Resistance to such disclosure often raises suspicions and suggests guilt. In Meghan's case, there is a call for her true character to be unveiled beyond the carefully crafted facade she presents to the public. Her partnership with Harry appears to have emboldened her, potentially inflating her ego and leading to a disregard for established protocols and traditions, including disrespect towards the late Queen and Prince Philip, as well as mistreatment of staff. Meghan's behavior seems to reflect a sense of entitlement that can sometimes accompany newfound power and status. This entitlement may have fueled her actions and decisions, further exacerbating tensions within the royal family and the wider public perception of her. The evidence suggests a troubling pattern of narcissistic abuse inflicted upon palace staff by Meghan, a point reportedly conveyed by Prince William to Harry during a disagreement. Even the late Queen felt compelled to intervene, reminding Meghan of the essential need to treat staff with respect and dignity. What's concerning is Meghan's consistent dismissal and disrespect in response to past confrontations about her behavior. This stark contrast between her actions and the expectations placed upon her, particularly within the hierarchical and traditional confines of the royal family, underscores a glaring hypocrisy. Furthermore, when juxtaposed with Harry's accounts of Meghan's emotional volatility in the face of challenges, the hypocrisy becomes even more apparent. While Meghan portrays herself as a champion of emotional well-being and progressive values, her reported behavior suggests a disconnect between her public image and her private actions. This dissonance not only undermines her credibility but also raises questions about the sincerity of her advocacy efforts. She epitomizes a person of low character. No efforts could rectify her demeanor. Whether you work under her or alongside her in the same company, if she deems you inferior, she feels entitled to treat you poorly. She refuses to seek help from those she perceives as beneath her, fearing it would reveal her incompetence. She insists on conversing only with those at the very top. Her mistreatment of women contradicts any claim of feminism. Moreover, she exploits staff without compensation, inhabits a residence without paying rent or mortgage, among other privileges. Perhaps a dictionary would enlighten her on the concepts of gratitude, deceit, and malice. Furthermore, it's worth noting that positions at the palace offer minimal wages. However, the benefits lie in the invaluable experience, connections, and opportunities to secure positions with affluent individuals, other royal families, or established corporations. Meghan displays a glaring bias, targeting any woman who might pose a threat to her, perhaps due to concerns they might influence Harry. Her disparate treatment of female and male CEOs belies her professed feminism. Meghan embodies a tapestry of falsehoods and manipulation. This is why I firmly believe Meghan epitomizes hypocrisy. She intimidates indiscriminately while masquerading as a victim, even aligning herself with organizations and movements advocating against bullying. The sheer falsity is staggering. It's akin to her previous claims of facing discrimination within the royal family and in the UK, when in reality she harbored prejudices against Black individuals. Common folk, in her eyes, are merely tools for exploitation, like an ordinary Black royal staffer or Black children in Fiji. Meghan, a self-serving individual, lacks genuine empathy. Therefore, regardless of the report's publication, its findings appear evident. The astounding aspect is Meghan's background as a mediocre actress, not of royal lineage, yet displaying no appreciation for the elevated status bestowed upon her. Despite this, she exudes an inflated ego, even allowing purported feminists among her shared staff to endure bullying, some of whom were women of color. Her hypocrisy knows no bounds. She willingly takes the stage, microphone in hand, espousing rhetoric about women's rights and kindness. It's apparent to everyone but herself and Harry that she embodies deceitful hypocrisy. No report is necessary to confirm Meghan's bullying tendencies. Her history of bullying, spanning from children to the elderly and entire nations, is well documented in the media. Meghan embodies a distinctive personality type characterized by her consistent communication style. She resides in a state of intolerance towards those whose ideas diverge from her own. Those subjected to her bullying were victims of her prejudiced behavior. She exerts excessive control, imposing her beliefs onto others under the guise of knowing what's best. Contradictory viewpoints are met with disdain. Meghan lacks respect for the perspectives of others, failing to recognize everyone's right to their own opinions. She exploited her authority over her staff, inflicting emotional distress upon them. Working for Meghan became a nightmare, with employees dreading each day. It's understandable to feel strongly about issues involving empathy, accountability, and transparency, especially when it comes to matters concerning mistreatment of others. However, it's crucial to remain mindful of the impact of our words and to avoid making sweeping generalizations or assumptions about individuals' inner qualities or motivations without concrete evidence. While it's true that the decision not to release the bullying report may raise questions about Meghan's behavior, attributing her actions solely to a darkness within her heart and soul oversimplifies complex human behavior. People's motivations and actions are often influenced by a multitude of factors, including upbringing, personal experiences, and mental health. Furthermore, speculating about Meghan's motives or character traits can perpetuate harmful stereotypes and contribute to an environment of negativity and division. It's important to approach discussions with empathy, openness, and a commitment to seeking truth and understanding. Ultimately, holding individuals accountable for their actions should be based on evidence and fair processes rather than personal biases or preconceptions. Let's strive to promote constructive dialogue and actions that foster healing, reconciliation, and positive change. And thus, we bring this segment to a close. If you resonate with my thoughts, kindly drop a comment below. If not, your perspectives are valuable. Let's foster constructive dialogue. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share it with others. Your encouragement propels us ahead. Hit the subscribe button for more of our upcoming content. Until we meet again, thank you for tuning in, and goodbye.